Now let's use some SOH CAH TOA to figure out the height of this tree. SOH CAH TOA is used when we have a right angle. And here's a triangle on the top, and here's you. Suppose your friend or you are 2 meters tall. You are standing 10 meters away from the base of a tree. And the question is, how high is this tree? How tall is this tree? This is the height, h. Now, in order to answer this, let's focus on x. X is only from here to here, only the triangle part. So the final height, the height is going to be x plus 2. Because if you do the moonwalk sliding over here, you take this number and you slide it across, and we know that this part is 2. So h is equal to x plus 2. And so now the question is, what is h? Let's focus on this triangle. We slide this number over, we get 10 at the bottom, 10 meters. And now we're going to use SOH CAH TOA. We have the information, we're interested in the opposite and the adjacent, which is a 10. So when it comes to the opposite adjacent, we're going to deal with tan, TOA. Tan theta is equals to opposite, which is x, over adjacent, which is 10. Now, to save some time, you can skip this step and actually plug in the theta, because we know that theta is 30 degrees. So tan 30 is equals to x over 10. You can multiply both sides by 10, and so we have an answer. It's 10 tan 30. And later in this course, you'll learn how to evaluate tan 30 exactly without a calculator. But for now, go ahead and use your calculator. And we have x is approximately 5.77 meters. Now please don't stop here. We're not done yet. Because the original question was, what's h? What's the height of the tree? So the height of the tree finally is 5.77 plus 2, which happens to be 7.77 meters. This is a very tall tree. All right, let's try one more. We have a balloon here, and the question is, how far apart is AB? Suppose you are standing here, your friend is standing here, and you're both looking up to a balloon. Can we use SOH CAH TOA trigonometry to figure out how far apart you are? So focus on the left triangle, and we're going to call this x, and focus on the bottom of the right triangle. We'll call this y. Can we add x plus y to figure out the total distance AB? So the answer is x plus y. Now, what is it? So the length of AB is x plus y. Now focus on the left triangle here. Now we don't have enough information to solve this problem, so we're going to add just some new information here. We'll say this is 10 meters up. So we have the information opposite, which is 10, and the adjacent, which is x. Opposite, adjacent. Where have we seen this before? SOH CAH TOA. Opposite, adjacent. We're dealing with tan. So tan theta, which is 60 degrees, this is the angle, is equals to the opposite, which is across the field, which is 10, over the adjacent, which happens to be x. So this is great. Later in this course, you'll learn how to figure out what tan 60 is without a calculator, but for now, we'll just leave it using a calculator. And some students may cross multiply here. If you make this over 1, you can cross multiply. But the faster way would be to simply say that x is equals to the numerator 10 divided by tan 60. So I'm going to say that x is equals to 10 over tan 60. And tan 60 happens to be some decimal number. Let me just reinforce this so that it makes sense. If I said 2 is equals to 3 over x, yes, it's true that the bottom, the denominator, is equals to the numerator over the other side. Let's try it out here. 2 over 1, cross multiply. we have 2x is equals to 3 times 1, which is 3. And then we divide both sides by 2, so indeed x equals 3 over 2. So now that we've found variable x, let's focus on variable y. We're going to focus on this part of the triangle here, the right triangle. So focusing on the right triangle, we place our finger here on the 20-degree angle. And what information are we interested in? We're interested in the opposite over adjacent. So again, opposite adjacent, we're going to use t, which represents tan. Tan theta, which happens to be 20 degrees, is equals to opposite, which is 10, over adjacent, which is y. So again, we have the unknown variable in the denominator. So we're going to say y is equals to the numerator over the other side, tan 20. And this one here, we either leave this as an exact answer or we simply use our calculator. So the final answer is x plus y, which we now have. It's this plus this. So let's input this into our calculator. This plus this using your calculator is approximately 33.2. And it depends on what units we're using. In this case, we're using meters. So you're standing 33.2 meters apart from your friend.